You better work that pan and utensils, bitch. Yes, God. After tenacious effort, we began to pack all the food into lunch boxes. Of course, we included the meal we cooked together in the batch. What? It sure does. It seems I accomplished opening his eyes to how meticulous and laborious it could be. By the end, though, he sounded exhausted. I can't help but notice something at the end of his statement that catches my attention. Yeah, what Grandpa said? What he said about Grandpa? Huh? Grandpa? What are you talking about? Backstory, backstory, backstory. Huh? Ignis cleared his throat and began to open up. That's what we like to hear. He recounted the first time he visited Enchante. Oh. Let me save. Oh, oops. I was there. Compared to some of the other non-humans at Enchante, I was a newer regular. Unlike Canis and the others who've been going for what? 10 or 15 years? I had only been around for maybe 5. A bit before the GPM came into the picture. I can't tell you exactly which year it was. But at the time, I was already famous for being the top fighter in Bestia. Every small fry in the land wanted to be king of the hill, but one after another I sent them packing with tails between their legs. I fought some more. It was a way of life for me. I never went a day without seeing blood. The day started out like any other. That day, rather. But it wasn't. Anyway. Okay, I guess it's not going to be quiet. I had finished a particularly tough fight when I caught the scent of the spilt blood, which was left by my scared opponents. A bizarre craving began to run rampant within me, festering inside. That's right, the combat instinct. The thing I mentioned yesterday. Let me tell you, it hurts. My vision went red and I began to crave prey without thinking about it. No matter what I tried, it wouldn't stop. After wondering about it for a while... Oh my. Oh wow. It took all of my willpower. I wandered in search of a secluded place as I struggled to stay myself. In the end, I found something. A strange board standing in a field of ice. Yeah, it was a gate to Enchante. But since wormholes aren't really a thing that we use in Bestia, I wasn't sure what to make of it at first. Jesus. I was so desperate to be rid of the craving, I punched the door with all my might. Then, the door suddenly opened. I came to a place without snow or blizzards, somewhere completely different from Bestia.
お、なんだ若造。お前さんも異世界からの客か?
Soan happened to be standing there. He appeared out of nowhere with a rabid look in his eyes, like he was plucked from battle, even when looking at me.
なんだよ、ずいぶん参ってんな。まあ、客なら歓迎してやるよ。とっとと店内に入れ。おい、てめえ、何を勝手に。ははは、威勢がいいじゃねえか。まあそんならすぐ元気になんだろ。
Oh, wow. Without fear or hesitation, he dragged me effortlessly into the cafe. He then set a fresh plate of food in front of me, seemingly out of thin air.
俺、これでも食って落ち着け。イラついてる時にはうまい飯を食うのが一番だ。飯。あ？ああ。お前も天使と似たような感じで飯を知らねえ人外か。
The kind old man explained to me what eating was and how to do so. He encouraged me the whole way. Being on the brink of madness, though, made it tough to appreciate in the moment. I couldn't take in the savory smell coming from the food, so I did what he said and dug in. Then, it hit me, as clear as a smack to the face, my senses overloaded. A tingly feeling took over my tongue, complemented by a pleasant texture. Yes, God, someone knew what he was doing. All the rage within me instantly began to subside, just from one bite. I felt like myself again. To me, it seemed I was so in awe from how flavorful the meal was that it calmed my beastly impulses. So I made it a point to continue coming here out of appreciation for the old man. That's all. Aww.
つうわけだ。だから料理っつう概念とそいつを生み出した人間はそこそこ、いや、だいぶすげえと思ってる。
Aww. I see. That explains where you got that appetite. It was such a lovely anecdote.
悪い。今まで黙ってて。
Baby, you have nothing to be sorry for. Now that I know, I will just have to plan accordingly. Huh? What do you mean?
ああ、いや。過去に正気を失いかけたことがあるって部分だよ。
Oh.
一言みてえに話しちまった。ああ、なんつうか。ガキの頃に身内から聞いたことがあってよ。
I didn't even see that. It went over my head.
魔獣は激しい戦いで闘争本能を刺激しまくると正気を失って見境なく暴れちまうんだ。
Oh, so you were talking about yourself.
おう、あの流れでお前に知られたくなかったっつうか、うまく言えねえんだけどよ。
That's alright. I can see why it would be difficult to bring up. Because they would label him a, class 2 or something? Class 2 or class 3 and they ship his ass back to Bestia?
そうか。にしても相変わらず俺のそういうの聞いてビビらねえのな。
No. Well, the past is your past. Wouldn't it be weird to be afraid of something in the past? Besides, speaking for myself, I feel lucky to have heard your story.
Huh? なんでだよ。
Not that I think it happened to you again. Why? I get the feeling that's the bad ending. If, and only if, you were to succumb to a similar state, all I would need to do is feed you a good meal and you'd be fine, right? Oops. Was my response insensitive? An awkward silence hovered until... In a soft, intimate voice, he responded with a smile and shook my head. For a couple seconds, I was stunned. So damn cute! Not so much from what he said, but from the warmth in his smile, which he somehow transferred into my chest. Nonetheless, it was still awkward. I'm no idiot, I stammered like a scared child. Afterwards, we packed the assembled lunchboxes inside a large duffel bag. Maybe we might have gone overboard? No. It was possible that I had made too much, especially since they were tiered lunchboxes. But I trusted Ignis to eat it all regardless. How convenient! We were just right on time, and after that whole exposition, the story still progresses as usual. By the time we completed wrapping the lunchboxes, Dromi arrived from Bestia once more at the perfect time. So suspect. I decided to see the two off, waving to them at the gate on their way to Bestia. But just as Ignis placed his hand on the doorknob... What? Dromi let out a sudden sharp gasp. He hastily tapped all over his body, specifically on the outside of his pockets, in search of something. Lord have mercy. That's something very important. Why would you forget something like that? Without bothering to wait for Ignis's response, Dromi sprinted out. Is it that far? Okay. Ignis gave it a second go and put his hand on the doorknob. Right. Watch out for yourself too, Ignis. Good luck out there. Bye. Ignis curled his lips into a smile that was softer than usual. Then he opened the gate. Returning to the freezing tundra that was his home. Be safe, sweetheart. A few days later... Alright, here's today's lunch special. For the salad, I prepared a special dressing, which I've placed here. What? What's wrong? Huh? Is something wrong, Mizir? Is there something in there you don't like?
今日も美味しそうだし、メニュー自体に文句があるわけじゃないんだけど。
コトネ、我らの人数とテーブルの上に並ぶ料理の量を比較してみてくれ。
Huh? I glanced around, seeing the array of dishes I had plated in full of confidence. Oops. Soon I realized that it was a monstrous amount, an almost intimidating array.
これは明らかに私たちが普段摂取する食事量を大幅に上回っていますね。
Bitch. Oopsies. Aw, berries. I'm just kidding. Oopsies. I mistakenly kept Ignis's appetite in mind. Damn, bitch. You got your man on your mind and you just not functioning correctly.
カリア君、君配膳を手伝ってる途中で気づかなかったの？
気づいてたけど、なんかぼーっとしてたから声かけるのも気が引けてさ。
I mean, I wish you did. Was I really spacing out? Sorry, guys. You don't have to eat all of it.
いや、いただこう。どれも美味であるには違いない。
Oh, if only my man were here. Like, invite some of them GPM agents over here and send out to-go boxes for... Yeah, it'll get covered.
だね。食べきれなかった分は夜とかに回せばいいわけだし。
That makes me feel a lot better. Girl, you could have fed the GPM, some of the GPM agents. Y'all ain't thinking outside the box. The one time that you're trying to look for convenience, that would have been an issue. That, okay, you know, invite some of the agents over or whatever. Lunch went on without issue, save for my careless over preparation. The regulars began discussing Bestia over their dessert, coffee, and juices. I had informed Mizir and the others about Ignis's mission with the Minotaurs.
しかし、イグニスがここまでの長期間アンシャンテにいないというのは初めてではないでしょうか。
Yes.
そうだな。今までは長くとも2日おきには戻ってきていたように思う。
That's true.
我らがマスターも一番食べさせがいのある狼くんの不在に落ち着かないみたいだね。
Well, of course I am. Isn't it normal to be concerned about a long-time guest?
それじゃあ、そういうことにしておこうか。
Ah, Vizier, stop it. I wonder what he was implying. Girl, you so damn daft. But I fucks with Mizir because he knows what's up.
そんなにそわそわしなくてもそのうちあっさり戻ってくるさ。アルムムの襲撃も今のところは頻度としては極小。対応もうちの手勢で賄えてるし。
いざ何かしらの危機があれば我らもためらわず手伝うが、現状はそれもないようだしな。
True. Ignis will be fine. Ignis was a skilled fighter. One who's... Let me read that again. I got like preoccupied with looking at my phone. Ignis was a skilled fighter. One who was sternly against bloodshed. So, not only was I sure he would return, I hoped he would do so unscathed. It's just... The cuts of meat I purchased for Ignis will go bad if he doesn't return soon. Bitch, why are you... Ugh, whatever. I'm pretty sure everybody else could eat meat too. Like Mizir said, That we were aware of how sorely his presence was missed at Enchante was unsettling. Every passing minute spent inside of the cafe without him around me amplified a dull ache within me. Later that night, I laid bundled in my bed, unable to shake the discomfort. Is that Kuroro or a damn cat? Oh, it's Kuroro. What's wrong, baby? I woke to the sound of a timid squeak. What's wrong, baby? What's the matter, Kuroro? What's the matter? Kuroro, who had been snuggling close to me, cried out into the night. It seemed odd for him to wake up this late. He usually slept through the night. I watched him patiently, hoping to understand what he was trying to convey. Cute loot? What? Oh, my baby! No! You miss him too? Oh. That's right. You must miss Ignis quite a bit too, huh, Kuroro? I whispered to him softly, petting his fur with gentle strokes as he cooed. Me too, Kuroro. We had that in common. I guess I miss Ignis more than I would have thought. Or, oh my god, I read that wrong. I guess I miss Ignis more than I thought I would. I chuckled at the thought. Eventually, since I was wide awake, I changed into a new set of clothes. I held Kuroro in my arms, quietly making my way down to the cafe, trying carefully not to wake Kana snore ill. While down there, I stared blankly at the gate where I last saw Ignis before he left for Bestia. Of course, I couldn't dare to enter on account of my recent traumatic experience. Being nearly sucked in will do that. I could do nothing more than look. I held Kuroro gently in my arms, raising him up so that he could get a better view of the room. Kuroro, I know you're lonely, but be a good boy and wait just a bit longer, okay? As soon as he's done with let me read that again. As soon as he's done with his mission, Ignis will be right back here with a big smile on his face. Child, don't be making all that noise. It seemed as though Kuroro understood, and he let out an adorable cry, as if he had regained his spirits. That's my baby. Okay then, let's go back to bed. We don't want to get up too late. I turned my back to the gate room and made my way back upstairs. Just then, I heard a door burst open behind me. Before I could react, someone covered my mouth and eyes. No! From there, my body was forcefully dragged backwards. This can't be. I wriggled in protest, but the assailant locked their arms around me tightly. I couldn't budge. Before I could react, I was flung into the open gate. What the fuck? What the fuck?
このような時間帯に申し訳ありません、カヌス。
Oh, you know what? I think it was Dromi! Dromi, you piece of shit! It was Dromi! His ass didn't go through the wormhole. It was too convenient. Too convenient for him to forget something as important as a transmitter from the GPM. How could he forget that? It fucking drove me. I don't trust you. I don't trust you, you motherfucker. Sorry, y'all.
本当に店から物音がしたのか？
はい。厳密には聴覚だけではなく、店内の急激な気温低下も感知したもので、例えるならば、そう、まるで店の中へ突然吹雪が入り込んできたような。
気温の低下？吹雪？カリアがいないというのにか？あ、まさかゲートでまた何か？ことね。
Yes, they got it. They have to go to the GPM though. Oh my god. It's freezing. I don't have that coat thing either. I'm gonna die. I was sprawled on the icy ground, unable to move my body. I had no clue of how I was cast into this Arctic world, let alone how I managed to survive the nap. My body, which was in no way dressed for snow, was on the verge of frostbite. A punishing chill caused my body to shiver violently, as if my lungs flooded with ice. Oh my god. I glanced at the tips of my fingers, noticing how they were turning blue, how they were quickly losing sensitivity. And although he had to be fully aware that his actions were mostly futile. Oh my god, my baby! I'm gonna die! Kororo, who was flung here with me, desperately kept headbutting me to keep me from losing consciousness. Ah, I'm glad. Kororo, you're okay. Oh dear. I could scarcely open my mouth without agonizing from the harsh chill. It seems we were taken by a mysterious shadow, which vanished when I awoke. Maybe the gates nearby, or so I hoped. Wherever we were, I knew we were far from home. Then, for you, Kororo, I have to take you. Oh my god, somewhere safe. Did I die? Oh, it's the frail demon girl. Oh Lord. I don't like this.
何もしない。平気。任せて。
Wait, it's another one.
恩を返さないと。
Oh shit. I walked and walked, looking for one of the Minotaur strongholds Dromi found near the border. I arrived before our meeting time, so I poked my head and explored a bit. The place's proximity to the border meant it was smaller than some of the other ones. But to the Minotaurs, the stronghold was enough of a prize of their victory, a monument to their brutalism. Its vile, But that's why it's unthinkable that they would simply take off.
やっぱほとんどが人間界に。いや、あのでかい図体の連中が潜伏できそうな場所なんてあの町にはねえし。
In which case,
ホールが発生しやすい場所に縄張りを作って毎回そこから戦力を送ってる
Nani?
って考えるのが妥当か。
Yeah, it does. How was I supposed to negotiate with them if they were nowhere to be found? Pointless.
くそ、匂いも残ってねえし、俺だけじゃここで手詰まりだな。いっそアルムの行方じゃなくて、あいつらが通れそうなでけえホールを探してみるか。
Even if I were to do so, I can't throw my weight around with beasts too intimidated to deny me if I question them. In which case, I hate to say it, I need that stupid tiger.
道路海の野郎はどこで道草食ってやがる。とっくにここについててもおかしくねえ頃合いだってのに。
Oh, your homie Dromy fucking threw me into Bestia and damn near killed me. Maybe he's being chased by some beast again. I was starting to get a bad feeling, but no matter where I went, he always seemed to find me with important info. Instead of waiting for him here and wasting my even more time, maybe I should take action. Something rumbled beneath my feet. It wasn't that the frozen water shook, but more like someone was knocking on the ice right below me. What could it be? I peeked down below. Kuroro, he found him! Beneath the ice floor, I could make out a slight familiar cry.